So today I kind of wanted to do something a bit different and just kind of sit down and have a bit of a chit chat with you. This video kind of doesn't really have a point except to share a bit of story and kind of a personal suchness of my life. I wanted to talk about panic attacks and how they feel, how I feel when I have them, because I know that everyone is different, everybody's anxieties are different, and everyone feels panic attacks or anxiety attacks differently. But sometimes it's nice to hear other people's stories about they feel for them, because you're like, oh my gosh, it feels like that for me too. Or like, oh, that's weird. I don't feel like that. I feel like this. And, kind of swap combat war stories. And so, so my first panic attack, and I feel like panic attacks are just one of those kind of things where you always remember your firsts and stuff like that. I remember I was in my early 20s, which was a very long time ago now, and I was at my boyfriend's house, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden, I felt very weird. Now, I know that's a super vague word, because it's like, well, what is weird? What feels weird? But honestly, I don't really know how to describe it past that. I felt very weird, almost out of body-ish, where I didn't really feel like I was there. I didn't really feel like I was present and grounded. I felt very like floaty and not necessarily lightheaded, but just very like I wasn't all here, kind of like in this weird dream hazy state. And it was very strange. And so as I started to tell him, like, I feel like like really weird all of a sudden. Like, that's kind of how I felt on the inside. As I started to kind of articulate how I was feeling, it kind of just started snowballing. So I started to feel more and more out of body. I started to get more panicky. And like, even though I had been at his house so many times, and I think at that point we had been together for quite some time, so I fully trusted him, I just felt like I needed to get out of there. Like, I just felt like I wanted to teleport home, and I don't know why. Almost like there was this weird, like, danger lurking somewhere, and I just needed to get out of there. I needed to, like, I felt like claustrophobic, even though it was just him and I in the room, and, like, there was, like, nothing to make me feel claustrophobic, but my body was like, you need to get out of here right now. You just need to get out. And it's like the flight was triggered, and I was, felt very lightheaded. I got super hyper aware of everything, like of noises, of like just like touch, like everything just felt too much. Like it was just overstimulation, and my brain like could not process it all. It was just like blah, like I need to get out of here. And ultimately, I don't quite remember how I came out of the panic attack. I think I started crying, and that just release of emotion like kind of dissolved it, and I was able to write it out, and I was fine. But it was just so weird, and I can't even tell you what triggered it, because I honestly don't remember. And many times with me, nothing really triggers panic attacks. It always starts with a feeling of I feel weird, and then it snowballs from there. And then I feel weird turns into a hyper awareness of how my body is processing things. So how my head, do I have a headache? Like what's the feeling as my computer falls asleep? Like, what does my stomach feel like? And because so many of my anxieties stem around the fear of getting sick in public, I will feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to throw up, or oh my gosh, I'm going to faint, and then I need to get out of here, I need to get home, this was a bad idea, why did I go outside, like all these things. And so I think that's why my panic attacks always involve me feeling I'm going to get sick, and then that fear snowballs. And all of my panic attacks generally feel where I just get overstimulated by everything. Like normal sounds just feel too loud and they irritate me, or just like touch, I'm like, don't touch me. I don't anything. And I just become like, oh my gosh, I swear I could like feel my kidney if I like concentrated. Like everything is just like it's like someone took the volume of like how your brain processes like your body and just went Fring! And then like everything is registering, and it's just too much stimulation, and it's crazy. So that is what panic attacks feel like for me. I want to know if you guys feel similar things, or what they feel like to you, because everybody has different interpretations of how they feel. And in the next video, we'll talk about maybe how you can come out of a panic attack and how you can control it. I mean, it's really hard because I feel like once you get them, you're kind of just prone to getting them. And so I don't know quite sure, because I haven't found it, if there's 100% way to stop yourself from getting them, but there's honestly ways to get through them. And that's what's important, is knowing you can survive it and you can do it and you can get out of it and it'll be awesome. So in the comments below, what do panic attacks feel like for you? What things help? Do you feel similar things that I do, or are yours totally different? Let me know, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!